There's a lot of stuff to do, a lot of things that people are interested in. I'm sure that most of you have at least heard of, if you have not watched, the Antiques Roadshow on PBS TV. Well, I applied for tickets. I got 2 tickets to the Antiques Roadshow, Urbandale, Iowa, which is about 150 miles from my house. And I'm taking a friend of mine along with me. And we're going to bring some items and find out what the appraisers think our items are worth at the Antiques Roadshow. You can take a couple of items to the roadshow for appraisal, and multiple items in the same category count as one thing. Well, my friend Linda had some items that she got from her husband, who got them from his father, who would be her father-in-law, and a couple of them were sports-related items, some pictures, signed pictures, we thought, and also a little collectible toy, a little Pinocchio that her husband got when he was a young child, when he went to the movies. And the 2 items that I brought, kind of in the same category, one is a canteen, a real small one made out of burl wood, and it's probably late 1800s, maybe even Revolutionary War time, I'm hoping. And the other item was a old Parade Lantern, probably early part of the 1800s, more like War of 1812 time period. And we'll see what these items really are, whether they're actually what we think they are, and what they're worth. Just waiting in line to get into the roadshow. Living with the farms. Now it's a slow process. Okay, we're down here. We got sent to tent A and tent B. Well, there's tent B over there. It's a huge line, but you get in there eventually. A's over here. That's not so bad. We're going to go to A first, and we'll see what happens. Oh, actually, this isn't a long line at all. These are short.
Yeah, the first item that I took was this old canteen that was made out of burl, like a growth on a tree, a rounded growth. And what they did for the most part was they made it into a little bowl. The sides right here and the bottom are all burl, and this top piece is pine. Well, when I talked to the appraiser, he asked me what I knew about it. I said, well, I think it's pretty old. It's a small canteen. He said, well, what do you think? I said, somewhere after Revolutionary War and maybe War of 1812, and basically he agreed 100% with me on that particular topic. And one of the reasons was the way that some of these letters that are on here are printed. And this little I right here by my thumb's got some marks on the top and on the bottom, and he said that's typical of that time period, like those little cross hatches on it. So value-wise, he was looking more at it, and he was talking about the nails on here. We got rose head nails, that was period. Some of the square nails, they could have been that same time period. he said somewhere like $750 or something like that. And could it be military? He said definitely, even though it's small. That wouldn't surprise him, but it's hard to say. It could have just been utilitarian. So that was item number 1. Well, my second item that I took was this old Parade Lantern, and it's the same kind of time period. This one is a little bit unique, and Parade Lanterns were used either in support of or protesting a lot of time of major events, like politicians and so forth. This one has something to do with the War of 1812 because it says on it, blue lights. Blue lights, that was kind of a political movement, or anti-movement if you want to call it, during and shortly after the War of 1812. And in looking at it, he spent a lot of time looking through this whole thing. And he thought it was really cool. This on the bottom, these things to hold in like the candle on the inside, he said definitely that's the right time period. And of course what they were doing is they were punching out things on this tin, and of course spent a lot of time looking at the inside, I guess, looking for things that are a little different, looking at the patina and so forth. The one thing that he noticed, that he pointed out that might be a little red flag, if you want to look at it that way, is how this patina is around a lot of these openings. And if you'll notice, it's just right up along the side of it. But on the door panel, there were some spots in here that the patina was missing right around some of the spots. You can see a spot right in there. I guess right by my thumb would be one right there. He thought, well, maybe this door might have been replaced, and when they punched with period tin, and when they punched it out, they knocked off a little bit of the patina that was on there. Wasn't 100% sure, but he thinks maybe the door was replaced. It may have been damaged. Obviously, it's still very old. And value-wise, he said, somewhere in the neighborhood of $1,000 to $1,250. So I thought that was interesting. But it's fairly historical. And this was item number 2 that I took to the roadshow. Coming to the roadshow for the very first time, what did you think about it?
I really enjoyed it. It's a lot of interesting people, and I learned a lot today.
I hope so. Living History Farms, we're done. There's a couple people that need to go in yet. I happen to know both of them, and they're going to get in line, and the line is a little longer than it needs to be, but it's a beautiful day out here. We had a good time. Isn't that right, Linda? We had a great time.
Yes, we did.
And we learned something along the way.